for the opening of the anime festival. It's in Jacob Javits Center. So if you guys can come through and you guys look out for us, we're definitely gonna be there. So if you want to come out there and just bug out with us or whatever, it's a little expensive to get in, like $35 for the day, I think, and $55 for a weekend pass.
So they gotta make their money.
But hopefully we can get in as press thanks to Silo from XDAO Project. Just want to let you guys know that. So moving on, because we can't talk too long about one thing. Talk about the game Wet.
Yes.
You talk about it because you really went in with it.
Wet is pretty much, when I see Wet, I'm pretty sure feeling that Quentin Tarantino is probably getting royalties for this game.
Oh, of course. It looks like something
It looks exactly like a Quentin Tarantino. It's just a Quentin Tarantino presents Wet.
It's like cold Kill Bill with a gun.
Right, because it's like, same kind of B-movie feel to it, the gritty characters, the blood splattering,
all
the gun,
over the place.
The gunplay, the fast-paced, nice music and everything. It has a cinematic effect to it.
And the sexy girl, of course.
Well, of course, the chick that's with the sword and a gun. You know what I'm saying? So this game is like, it's good. I'm not gonna go crazy over the game. I'd appreciate a game like that because what it's doing is like spoofing off of things like Grindhouse or like a Pulp Fiction or other B type movies that's full of action. It's great. It's like one of the movies like, okay, you want to have in your collection, but you're probably gonna wait till it's in the bargain bin to buy it or wait till it's on cable and record it.
First time I've ever seen a game like that.
Yeah. I think this is what that game. I don't remember that game with Chow Yun Fat. Bulletproof something. It came a little while back.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the name of that game.
Right.
I'm sure it's like.
Yes, I know. You guys know what we're talking about.
It's that game. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I think Wetch is what that game should have been. What is not like we're gonna get a perfect 10 for scores all down the board, but I think is what that game probably should have been from jump because that other game didn't really hold me. It was just too loose and too easy. What I'm not saying it's not easy, but holds my interest enough. Though the thing I don't like is when you go back to her part, I'm gonna do this a little bit of spoiler, and you have to do the challenges to move forward. I'm like, a challenge should be a side thing. That's the one thing that kind of turned me off. They would force me to do the challenges. Like, oh, don't force me to do challenges. Then I got turned off. But the game is not bad. I'd probably say rent the game.
Well, actually, I played the game for a little bit. I didn't really get in as deep as you did. It was like it's a good game. It's good to play, but it's like I think the voice acting was kind of whack. To be honest with you, it was not that bad.
Well, yeah, it's the whole idea.
It's a good game. The storyline is weird. The little Chinese dude running away from the girl.
Oh, well, that's the very beginning.
The very beginning. I'm like, that's how you first started off chasing him. I mean, it's a good game. I would say, as far as rented by it or forget about it, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really get too deep into it because I was too busy playing Halo. ODST for you guys. I would definitely say, I would say rent it.
Yeah, Rented is good. You have a good time with Ruby, and after you have a good time with her, just put her away.
Wet. Moving on. Let me see what's next on this list before we run out of time goofing off. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Right. I know a lot of people were waiting for this one around. This time around, the first one made a good ripple effect in the gaming world. This one, it's like a whole nother storyline. They tie into Civil War. So you have some heroes that split down the line where they have to they enact a superhero registration act because too much tomfoolery was going on and too much innocents were getting hurt. So the government said the people were getting outraged, so they had to act. So one side have to pick either pro registration or anti registration.
Okay.
And that pretty much limits who you can use in the game, which I kind of like the anti-registration, of course.
Actually, I did not even play that game once.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't even pop it in there.
Oh, well.
I'm not going to lie to you guys out there.
That's why I'm here to talk.
You played it. I was busy playing other games because we have so many games. Because we haven't done a podcast for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have
catching up.
And plus it's game season. It's going to be close. It's going to be October, November, December, January, February. We're going to have a lot of games. So I'm not going to lie. I didn't even play Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You played it.
I can pick up some of the
Go
slack
in
there.
with it, son.
Yeah, so they have not most of they have some people from the roster from the last one, a couple of extras and stuff like that. The game is challenging, it's good and everything. The last one they have other alternate costumes, and that one I think everybody had 4 apiece. This time around everybody has only 2 apiece.
Okay.
Which is not bad. This game I say is I say it's a definitely keeper to have in your library because I had Ultimate Alliance. I did trade it because a lot of people that I knew stopped playing it, but a few people I know still kept playing it. So this is a definitely great multiplayer game. The one beef that I have, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I highly doubt that I am because we did try. What we had in the last Marvel Ultimate Alliance was that we had 3 of our friends at home, local, and we had one of our other friends who was somewhere else in Queens. He wanted to jump in. It won't happen. No, it was a no-go. That's how they made the game, unfortunately.
Because he was in a different borough, or because they wouldn't let 4 people in there?
They wouldn't let people they wouldn't let you mix match like multiple players local and somebody else to jump in like live.
Oh.
So it's not like we could have like us 2 playing here and then 2 other friends somewhere else and jumping in. It's like it's either everybody has to play on the same system or everybody has their own account and internet connection, which is it's good for that purpose, but if you want to mix match it, they don't give you any options at all, which is kind of whack.
Right.
Because not everybody's going to be at their respective house with their internet connection. Not everybody's going to be together. So I was hoping this time around that they fixed it, but they didn't. But overall, Marvel Ultimate Alliance is very good. I like the storyline. Storyline was good.
Okay.
It was deep. I like the characters, and the trivia and all that other stuff before.
As you can see, I'm staying very quiet.
Oh yeah.
I did not play anything.
So moving right along.
What would you do? Rent it, buy it, or forget?
Rent it, buy it. I definitely buy it because I like seeing that game in my library.
Yeah, I didn't play the game because I was so busy playing like 50 million other games. What's that game that I hate the most? What is that? I mean, no, you know what? Let me not diss it yet because I want to get into it first. But it was a game that we played that we didn't review, but we'll move on. Now, next on the list is Dirt 2. Dirt 2. Now, when I popped in, Dirt 2 is being one of the games that I really went into. Man, I got so tight playing that game. I'm gonna tell you a story. It's like when I played Dirt. I mean, the visuals. All right, I have a note here that I said let me just refer to when I point out this game. As you can see, there's 4 of them, right? All right. I like the fact that you have the instant play, like when you
can rewind, you can like Prince of Persia type thing going
like Prince
on.
Of Persia.
It's like cheating without cheating, so you still get the achievement without putting the code in.
I actually like that. You can rewind time after you lose or whatever a match or whatever in reverse, as you would say. I like the fact that you can do different views when you're driving because some people like. For instance, like my friend Boo, he can drive with inside the car. You can see like the inside, like how the other game was Need for Speed.
Need for Speed is like
inside,
that.
and you can drive with the hood. You see the hood out.
Right.
Then you can drive outside the car and
like
a little bit further.
Person view for the car version.
So I like the fact that let me point out the good things I like. I never came in first place. All right, because I raced to death.
It's hard because you got to get used to drifting and all types of stuff extra.
I want to talk about the storyline. I mean, the storyline, of course, is racing. I mean, let's skip the storyline. Visuals are beautiful. The controls, horrible. Okay, I'm driving, and you got to use your. I mean, I know I played Ridge Racer. I played almost all the car racing games, man. All right, I even played that old school. Twirl the Pix, I think it's called PIX or whatever, that old school racing game in the arcade, Grand Prix.
Wow, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I played all the racing car games. And when I'm playing Dirt, I'm turning a corner, and all of a sudden, the car will go, bow, smash into the wall. And I'm like, hold up. I just lapped this 3 times. And the first 3 times, I turned that corner with no problem. The third time I'm turning around, there's no cars in front of me. There's no cars next to me. I'm fishtailing for no reason. The controls is like, you know what it is? They try to make it too realistic. They take the fun out of it. For those of you who are not really into car racing games,
it's the simulators.
Now, see, this is more of a simulator game. You know what I mean? So like, you would probably be better off with a real hardcore racer. Like, of course, our friend Boo. You go to his crib, he got the steering wheel, he got the seat, he got the shifter, he got the clutch and everything. See, those games were designed for people like that. That when you playing with a D-pad, it just frustrates the hell out of you. Almost like Project Gotham. Remember where everybody's making a big deal of Project Gotham?
Yeah, it was so good. I think Project Gotham is decent. But I remember when it got so much fanfare, the people were going crazy. But it's a mental thing because that was one of the first racing games that came out when the Xbox 360 launched. So everybody's so hungry trying to grab whatever game they could. Then they saw Project Gotham. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest. It was just like Perfect Dark Zero. People were going crazy with Perfect Dark Zero. But then as time moved along, people were like, oh, Perfect Dark Zero. I don't know why I went crazy for that game. So it's like all about the timing of this thing. But Moving right along.
Moving a lot right along. If I have to say rent it, buy it, or forget about it, I'm going to have to be really touchy when it comes to Dirt 2, because I'm going to say, for you hardcore racers, you're going to love this game because it will frustrate the hell out of you, and to the point where you have to go out and buy a steering wheel, or you're going to have to just learn how to turn properly, know how to take them turns. For those of you who don't really